This is Barcelona. Here is the center. Columbus, Las Ramblas, Tibidabo, Sagrada Familia, Montjuïc, Parc Güell, the beaches, and Camp Nou. And here is Poble Sec. A great option if you want to stay by the center, but away from the tourist crowds. Many buses pass through Avinguda del Paral, an important avenue in Barcelona. Metro lines that pass through here are the green and the purple lines. The green line, or L3, will connect you with Gracia, Sant Station, Plaza de Catalunya, or Camp Nou. With the purple line, you'll get to the Sagrada Familia within 15 minutes. Metro stations that you'll find around here are Paral and Poble Sec. But just as close, you could walk to España or Glaçanes. As for the origins of the neighbourhood, it's considered to be the first major expansion of Barcelona. But before, way before, Barcelona's cradle of civilization was found here, very close to this area. The first known settlers of Barcelona were the Laetani, an Iberic population that between 7 and 6 BC lived around Montjuïc. And that would be pre-Barcelona. And then came the Romans, and with them, the walls. The city remained enclosed until the 19th century, when population growth made life unsustainable within the walls, and so they destroyed them. From here, Ildefons Cerdà was commissioned to design an expansion of the city as we know it today. But these areas, located closer to the sea, were not included in the urban plan of the expansion. Therefore, as the walls fell down, landlords began to build here as they saw fit. This zone later became known as Poble Sec, or in English, Dry Town. Why Dry Town? Well, the land here was once very fertile and rich in water, but during the Industrial Revolution, factories sucked up all the wells. Proof of this part of history can be seen in the 3 chimneys that have become symbols of the neighbourhood. It's the remains of La Canadiense, a Canadian-owned power plant now known as Jardines de las Tres Chimeneas. This very plant triggered the famous general strike of 1919, which was a breakthrough for the Catalan labour movement, and it was thanks to this that the Spanish government established an 8-hour working day. This area has adapted with the times, and is now a focal point for urban cultures with competitions like skateboarding and graffiti. As mentioned, one of the interesting things of the neighbourhood is its proximity to Montjuïc. In less than 10 minutes, it seems like you leave the big city and arrive in a natural environment, with parks and beautiful places to stroll and exercise. And keep an eye out for Montjuïc, because it's not just the cradle of civilization for Barcelona. Over the years and centuries, it has been heavily exploited by all who have inhabited the area. In 1751, the castle you see here was built. It has often been used as a prison for political prisoners. The most remembered is the case of the president of the Generalitat Republicana, Lluís Companys, who was shot at this castle at the end of the Spanish Civil War. Montjuïc today is full of sports facilities as a result of hosting the 1992 Olympic Games, like the Olympic Stadium and Palau St. Jordi. Some other interesting places to visit would be the Santiago Calatrava Telecommunications Tower and the Joan Miró Foundation. Other attractions around Montjuïc were built for the 1929 International Exhibition. For example, Poble Español, an enclosure representing the most famous streets and squares of Spain, or Avinguda Maria Cristina, guarded by the Fira Barcelona pavilions and still hosting the most important international fairs of today. This avenue starts at Plaza de España, where 2 Venetian towers stand, made for the exhibition. And have you heard of the Magic Fountain? Well, it's here. It's well worth seeing this free show of light and water. And right above it, you'll see 4 columns symbolising the 4 stripes of the Catalan flag. They were torn down by the dictatorship of Primo Rivera before the exhibition, but were rebuilt in 2010. Crowning the hill is the Museu Nacional d'Art de Catalunya, which was the main building during the exhibition. A walk through this mountain also offers incredible views from its many viewpoints. And if you don't feel like walking up, you can use the funicular that connects with the L2 and L3 metro lines from Paral station. Another way to climb Montjuïc is with the cable car. It connects the port with the top of the mountain and offers beautiful views of the city. Returning to the neighbourhood, you should know that Avinguda Paral was the big star of Barcelona's nightlife in the early 20th century.
Los cabarets, las salas clandestinas que todos los habituales del lugar conocían, las atracciones de verbena, los bailes populares, todo cuanto podían desear las gentes, desde el obrero y el artesano hasta el señorito cansado de todo y el estudiante bullanguero, para pasar unas horas divertidas o echar una cana al aire.
Para mí que el mejor barrio de Barcelona, por esto que todo el mundo se quiere mudar por aquí.
Streets like Carrer Blai, Carrer Blesa, and Plaza del Soltidor are riddled with terraces full of people and atmosphere, especially on weekends.
Ui, aquell carrer tots són bars de picos. El carrer Blai i Blesa, tots son picos.
Lo de todo el picoteo y eso está bien, el menú está bien.
Poble Sec ha ressorgit perquè ara n'hi ha molts tallers artesanals, hi ha moltes entitats, hi ha la coordinadora d'entitats que va jugar molt d'activa al barri, hi ha molts baretos, masses.
Hay muchas terracitas y se la pasa más de guay con coleguitas.
And even better, we're right next to it. If you're coming to Barcelona, contact us and tell us what you need. We know the best places for you to stay. We have an international team that can attend to you in English, French, Italian, German, Russian, Spanish, or Catalan. If you stay with us, you'll have access to a 24-hour helpline. We're OK Apartment, the Barcelona specialists.